Hi, I am Bob Updike. I used to be an Expediter, and I've got some few things for sale in my van. I've got a bed system for sale, a practically brand new air conditioner unit for sale for on top of the roof, and a generator, diesel generator that mounts underneath the van for the spare tire. But right now I'm going to show you the bed system. This is the bed system here. It fastens against the wall. It's got 3 chains here, and I've got a mattress back here. It's a custom-made mattress, and then there's another piece that it's a 2-piece mattress. What it is, I'll show you what that does after a while. And this is a 2-piece bed system here that we'll put it down like this, and I can show you can scoot back and forth the bed can. And also this piece here from here to here. If you got a big load in here, you could turn this bed this way and set it down. It's 3 feet wide, the bed is. You set it down this way, and then you could put your freight right up to the bed if you have to. So, and down here I've got storage units. This is part of the bed system. This is the aluminum piece. And right here I got storage units. I use this like for my clothing. In here, I got clothing in here I use it for, and it's just storage units I got from, I don't know, Office Depot or something like that you can slide in there, and you can pull whichever one you want out. You slide it back and forth. I had it filled up to at least that far. Anyway, what I got here, I'll show you how this works. It's a little cumbersome, but it does a great job. Now this van is a 170-inch wheelbase, the extended version. So I can get a lot of freight in this here, but I'm showing you how to unloose this here to get the mattress down. The bed system. Actually, yeah, this would be the first one. Okay, and down here there are pins that's set in this track. There's holes down here. You can see these pins here come through. That's what holds that up there. And these pins hang from the bed, so they're always there. You don't have to look for them. And this track is right here. So I got a hole drilled through here and here. And then over here I got 2 more, here and here, pins. So I got to pull these pins out. To release that bed, you just let it hang there like that. And like that. I'm going to take the bed down. It will drop on me as it is here. I have to set it down like this. Then I got these legs here. They're mounted right here. There's one leg here, and there's one leg here. And this edge here, right along here, will fit in this track here. I've got some extra holes in here I drilled. I'll show you what those are later. But this bed will probably have to back up a little bit. Take this here, set that in like that. Now you're down. Your legs are down. And then I'm going to take this other piece here, move this, pull these pins up. And you just let them hang like that. And there's another leg there. So this piece here will rest, I should say, on this piece. And then the leg's good for the other side. Again, the track system, this fits in this groove here to the track. That's what I mean. This is where this sits right here. And then you got your leg down there. Now it really works good as a bed system. Pull that down. And then here's this custom mattress. I think it was Verlo that made this bed. This is custom mattress. It doesn't affect me, doesn't bother me by sleeping on that. If it does, you can make that, you can slide it down bed this way, put this mattress back on the other side and keep it at your feet or wherever. You know, I like my head a little higher, so I park my van accordingly. Now, this, like I said, this is 3 feet. Here's how much room you got here. You can squeeze back here if you want, but I do push this bed that way. And then this leg, a little crooked, just lift it up. It'll go back in place, just like this. If you lift up a little bit, it'll find its point straight down. So it gives you a little more room to get through here. Now, what I have been doing lately is taking this bed here, and I set this bed here instead in that track system. I set it on top of that. That buys you about 8 inches roughly in there. And then the mattress would basically go like that. So it's pretty diversifiable. So this thing would set on the aluminum thing back there. And then you could have more room. I've been doing that lately. That gives me more room through here. Now, being this is an extended van, I've got 8 feet from back there at the back to up here. And I can gain a little more than that by pushing the bed all the way up here. And that helps me to get more freight in and keep this full length bed here too. But I can back this thing all the way up there, all the way up to this partition. And that gives me a little more than 8. Now, I've noticed sometimes when I haul things down here, I can, if I got freight that's low enough coming in, I'll just lift this leg up, slide the freight underneath here. I've even lifted 2 of them up before, legs. Get that? And then I can slide freight here and just set the bed on the freight if the freight is, if you can do that with the kind of freight that you got. So I'm going to put that back like this. I put other things along here if needed, but I kind of prefer taking this bed, setting it on that metal thing. So then it gives me an extra 8 inches than what we have here. Now I'm going to show you taking this bed, turning it this way. This I will not need no more. Put that there for now. I usually store this stuff underneath the bed. Now I'm going to stand my mattress up. Stand that up there for now. I'm going to take this part out. There's these pins. They're basically color hitch pins. I'm going to put this over here for now. Now I'm going to take this bed and turn it this way. So a person can sleep this way and you get more freight in here then. And right here, I've got a little bracket that would come with it. This might not work for you if you don't have a partition, but this little bracket here, that the edge here, this edge here, but up, yeah, the edge here will sit on that, so that'll act as a leg. So I would take this bed, a little tricky, but it can be done. I turn this like this, like so. I lower it down. This leg is really not needed no more, so I just pull it up like that so I can set in that track there. And then this leg is right there, and then back here was that little catch piece for the other edge. Now I take this mattress, and I'm going to take this mattress now and set it on this bed. There. That's why the 2-piece mattress. And now I got me a bed here, and if you get back here, and you can, then I got all this freight room for that there. Now, let me get my tape measure. This is for an extended van. So you've got, you can get 12 feet in there of freight. You can get 3 pallets in there. But this is, like I said, extended van. I think they're 17 inches longer. So you take that number off for your, that's not extended, then it'd be just a little over, I don't know, 10 feet of pallets. So let's just show the bed system again back here. It's got the whole bed system. And then if you look underneath here, you got those pins down there swinging. So like I said, you won't lose them or anything. And if your freight would fit underneath there as well. But then I take my mattress and this other piece, and I just stick it underneath there. And then whatever else you need to put underneath there, if you got a generator or what. Right through here. Now for the measurement, when that bed's up and you're trying to slide pieces down here from the spare tire, the spare tire is there because I got a generator, diesel generator mounted underneath the van where the spare tire goes. So I bring the spare tire up here. And if you look here, you got 50 half-inch. It'd be more like about 50 inches you got to slide your cargo when this bed's up, to slide your cargo in. And then you can get the whole thing. I've got just a little over, I can get, in this van I can get 48 inch wide and 42 inch long pallets in here, all the way up to the partition with a couple inches to spare. So that should be it on the bed system. So that's how that works. And then you saw me take it down. It can go up just in reverse the same way. Couple things I didn't show you. First off, this bed, all this is made out of aluminum, so it's lightweight than if it was metal, and that's important in the expediting business when you're hauling in vans. This is a 3/4 inch plywood, maybe a little hefty, but it's just fine. The plywood is. And something else I want to show you was I use these lag bolts, and I was going to show you what these other holes are. These holes, you know, sometimes you drive down the road and you have to slam in your brakes suddenly or something. Well, this bed slides that way. You know, it slides that way, and so to prevent that, I drilled these holes in here so you put these lag bolts in to keep that bed from slipping. All I do is just drop them in. And where I drop them in at is I got a hole drilled at that end, right there, and I got a hole drilled here. And when you line those up, you just drop it in. It'll drop inside of that hole in that channel, and on this side as well. I just drop it in, and it goes in that channel. That's when the bed is turned the other way, the long way. This way, it's already against the partition. That's not going to move. So, but these holes are drilled where I can get the bed maximum expand out that way. That way I have more room to walk around it and that. And these holes are drilled for when it's set here. When it's set there, then I just drop them in there. That's all I do. And on this one down here, I've got I think one hole in this one. Yeah, one hole I used. That's not. Oh, here it is, right there. to drop it down in there so it doesn't slide along with it. That's setting. That's when it's setting like this. But this piece would be over here though. Let's see, I just dropped this down here, like down here, and there's a hole here. I just slide that over it, and then drop it down in there, right there. Now if you slam your brakes, it's not going to go nowhere. You know, if you have to make an abrupt stop or something. So that should be it. So thank you for listening to this. I hope someone would buy that from me. If you like a firm mattress, that's what this one is. So thank you. Hi, I'm Bob Updike. I have an air conditioner for sale. And there it is on top of my Sprinter van. It's a 13,500 BTU. It's a Coleman Roughneck. And that it was purchased in September 2018 when it was purchased, and it probably don't have more than 100 hours on it. I hardly used it since then. And inside here, I had an air conditioning unit on there before, but the top part went bad, and this control panel right here is the original, and it fits my the Coleman that's up there now. Now we're going to go up here. Here's the controls. This is the thermostat. This is a fan. Fan low and high, and then AC. And this is where the air comes out. This is where the air gets sucked in, and they got filters underneath here. There's two screws, one here, one here. You just turn them quarter turn, and then this thin panel here, it drops down, and you can you know, change your filters, clean them, wash them, whatever, however you want to do it, and then just put it back out. Real simple to change. And I'm going to turn the fan on low, and then I'm going to turn on high fan, and then the next one is the air conditioner. Air conditioner on low and air conditioner on high. Now, it cools good. There's no problem with it. I'm safe. You know, I feel confident this will make some a good air conditioning unit. And like I said, it's only been used probably 100 hours. You know, I'm not missing it by much at all. The van was not used very much during that time for what I bought it for. So it just was not used very much at all. And it runs fine. I had it running the other day, probably a good hour and a half, and it was cooling really good in here. I was down further in south when I used it in Indiana, and it works just fine as it did the day I bought it. So we're going to give more information on this. I had 3 videos, one for my diesel generator that was for sale, or that is for sale now. That fits underneath the van where spare tire goes. It's a 3,000 watt generator, and this bed system here. I got a video on this also, show you how this bed system works. This was set up for an Expediter, and it served me for, I don't know, 5 years or so. This equipment with the van, air conditioner, and generator. So we will have more information after this video. You will see how you can contact me. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hi, this is Bob Updike again. I'm selling a generator, diesel generator for this van. I've just went through a video on this bed system here that I'm selling for the Sprinter van. This is really designed for Expediters, and I also got a video on my air conditioning unit. Now I'm working on my generator. This is a diesel generator, 3 kW or 3,000 watt generator. Now this is a continuous 3,000 watts. So it'll run continuous 3,000 watts all the time. I've done it lots of times. I got 2 space heaters, which is 1,500 watts each, and I had them both running when it really gets cold out. both running at all times. Now, this is a control box for the generator here. This is a kill switch right here. It just cuts the power off. And there's also, I had that wired up so I can have the kill switch here, or I can have it down at the generator. They're both in place. Before, when it quit running, or I had to turn the kill switch on, I had to go outside in the bad weather and everything just to flip that switch, and that was no fun. So I got the kill switch here. There's still one down there. So anyway, this is a generator. It's got hours run. Can't see that until it's running, I guess. And then there's a rocker arm switch to turn it on and off. And now this generator is mounted at the bottom of the van in back where the spare tire goes. That's why my spare tire right here is inside the van, because I cannot mount it outside anymore. So we'll go out there and look at that outside in a little bit. Now, this generator, I had it in here, and I'm not going to tell you what dumb thing I done that caused the engine to go bad in this diesel generator. It's a 5-horse engine, and then that also caused the generator itself to go bad. So the generator engine is brand new. It hasn't been used much, let me put it that way. I'm keeping track of all my oil changes and everything. But it's the engine itself is practically brand new, and the generator end is also practically brand new. Hasn't been used that much. So that is a good thing. So it's pretty well up to snuff. I had other things replaced on it, and like your capacitors and your flexible piece for your muffler, to help isolate the noise. I've had my, I don't want to call it a computer, it's like the board system that where all the wires connect to, that went bad, and that's been replaced as well. Now, that's been a while back for that. And also on this generator, I did not run this generator down the road when I was running expediting. The only time it basically been run is when it's stationary. So I did not pull a lot of salt during the winter time and kicking up a lot of stuff on the road and stuff that might have hit the generator and that, other than hitting the deer a couple of times. But I didn't. It's not. You say rusty looking. I just used it when I parked it for heat and run my air conditioner. Now, here's the generator box. This would come with it. It got an hour and on-off switch. Now, this is, I have to push it in for 1 second, let loose, and you'll hear it start any second here. Now, if you hear that running, that's how loud it is. Now, it doesn't bother me. I think it's quieter than a lot of generators out there I've seen. And when you're parked next to tractor trailers, I really honestly can't hear the generator run. I question it sometimes, but I put my hand on the sidewall of the van just to, I can feel the vibration some. So because when you're next to tractor trailer, especially ones on each side, and they're running their engines and that, it pretty well drowns out the sound of my generator. So we're going to let that run a few minutes, and we're going to go outside and take a look at that generator, and then I'll shut that generator off in just a little bit. But this, like I said, will run 3,000 watts or 3 kW constantly, all the time, 24 hours a day. So let's go outside and look at the generator now. All right, we're outside now. We're going to take a look at the generator mounted underneath the van here. Show you the exterior of it and open up the panel in it. I got this rubber mat here I use when I change oil in it. If I have to work underneath there, because sometimes you have no idea. The weather is, you know how it is. Weather gets really bad, snowy, wet grass, water. This will this helps a lot. Now, this is a generator here, and this is a mounting system up here. Now this here we had to add on, and this here, but that helped get us underneath the Sprinter van. It's up just a little higher than your differential and your rear axle there. Excuse me. Now, and over here's a muffler system, right over here. And here's the flex pipe on it. That's a must here, because it shaves off a lot of the vibration that the engine puts out. This is the gas going in here, right here, and this is the I think it's a return line on the gas, this other line here. And there's a separate fuel filter right down the line down there. Now over here, let's get on the other side of the van here. Way over here, get over here. Over here is electrical system. This is a power line for the generator. These are the cables right here. Get it down here. These are the cables coming from my deep cycle batteries that start it and everything, and then they recharge my batteries when it's running. This has not got a converter in it to change from 110 to 12 volts. That's mounted behind my driver's seat. That has to be done separately. That it probably won't be sewed with it. So this is the generator, and here's a name, here's a plate on it. If you can get that plate real good. It's got a, hold it still, got a Kubota diesel engine in it, and that's the specifications of it right there. It's 2800 RPM with a 25 amps, 120 volts, 3 kW, single phase. So and like I said, I stress it, 3 kW or 3000 watts continuously when it runs. Now let's go around the front of it. Oh, right here. Right underneath here is where the air is sucked in the generator. And then, no, I'm sorry, it sucks in here in the front of the back of the generator and blows it out here. It's got a fan inside of that to help keep it cool when it's just stationary, when it's running. Now, I want to show you that inside of here. This is the panel I made up. I lost my panel. I have no idea exactly where I lost it. Couldn't find it. It's a steel panel that was on there. And so I was going to get a new one, and they wanted probably 3-4 years ago, they wanted $128 for it. I said, well, I can make this up a lot better. This is plastic corrugated, black plastic corrugated, like a cardboard box. So there's a generator end. This part here, the generator end, is practically brand new. And this is the engine. It's a 5-horse diesel engine. It's practically brand new too. Hasn't got very many hours on it at all. So that's all been replaced. And this is a filter, air filter. It draws air in here, and the filter here. I'll just open that up. There's the air filter. And this is the it turns the fuel on and off. This does. And this is where you check the oil. There's the oil. I change this oil regularly. Not often. I run over the hours on it, and this is where you would fill the oil up. Well, so much for that. But that just opens up. That's where you fill it up, and then right up here, right here, there's a drain plug. and it's got a stainless steel screen on it to filter out anything that shouldn't be in there. You'd unloose that, and then you'd put your container in here to catch it. I'm not positive, but I think it's 44 ounces it carries of oil in the crankcase. That's all you need to fill it up. I watch my oil consumption very good, and it doesn't use, I don't think it uses any oil at all. I mean, it's practically new anyway. The starter is up here for the generator, and there's this other kill switch here, right here, on and off. And I got one up there. There's a fuse. It's a I don't know, like a 1/2 amp fuse or something. That's for you control wiring, I think. Something like that. But anyway, this is it, and this box is original. Like I said, it has not been run and sucking salt and stuff in here and then discharging out back when I'm running down the road. It's a rarity that I ever run it when I'm running down the road. So that's a generator that is for sale. It is a little job mounting this and getting it up, but it is really handy. It's very handy when you don't have to carry extra fuel around just for the generator that you got, or set it outside and mount it to your truck. Worried about someone stealing it, you know, putting a cable on it or something, or have this big thing hanging off the back end of your van. You've seen people have it on an arm, which I thought that was a pretty neat idea. But when you have it here, you don't have to worry about getting the generator out of the way or having it mounted to the front of the vehicle. This is a nice place to put it, and out of the way. It's very handy to have it here. Now we're going to go inside and start the generator up and hook the heaters up to it. So let's go inside. All right, now we're going to start the generator up again. Here is the button. Push that in. It'll be about 4 to 5 seconds. It'll kick on. There you go. Now it's running. We got to wait just a few minutes, like I don't know, 3-4 minutes before we kick the generator on. Now I got a plug-in up here. This is my transfer switch. I also got a where I can plug it in on somebody's receptacle outside, you know. But it's running through the generator one now. I got a little panel box here for AC, and then I got some plug-ins around here as well. So this is one plug-in, and down here, follow this wire. That's a heater down there. We're going to kick on just a little bit. And this is the other heater here. Let me open this door out. This is the other heater. I got another plug-in by the back door here, and we're going to kick that on a little bit. This here is a box I made, just stick in the back, or had to put in here, and this is where my oil cans go. I just open this up. Oh, how about that? And I put my oil in here, and I keep them by the back door so they can. Is that right? No, that ain't the one. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's my engine. This is my diesel oil for the Kubota engine. I just put them back here so I can have it by the back door, and I put 2 more in here. Have it by the back door, and these are my filters when I need to change them. Again, this is a new filter, so when I need to change them, I'll have them there too. And I got my oil rags in here and everything, but those are for the generator. This box is. I had no idea I had this oil. That's good. And I keep my oil underneath this bed system here, right there for the generator. we're going to kick these heaters on now. This is a 1500 watt heater. I'm going to put that's probably 750, but this is number 2. Then I turn it on. You can hear the generator kick, kick on harder, run harder when I kick it on. Here it goes again. I turn that on. So this is putting out 1500 watts now. Got the back door. Then I'm going to kick this other heater on here, and it's still plugged in up there. There's a low and high. I got it on high, and it's already heat. Right there is the heat's coming out now. Okay, now this generator is water cooled. Over here, I hope you can hear me. Over here is a radiator for it. It takes 50-50 antifreeze for this here. And it goes in there. You can't, let me get my phone light in there. Now you see the antifreeze in there. Yeah, that's about how full it's supposed to be. And this just comes up. Back up. This comes up above the floor. Here's where it goes in. You fill it up here, it goes to the generator. And over here is the overflow, just like a radiator. And that'll build up pressure, of course, after it runs for a while. But it's water-cooled generator, not air-cooled. And that's that just requires a small footprint to install that in your van. You need to put it up inside of it. So that's an advantage, being it's water cooled. Now these heaters are running. Both of them are still 1500 watts running. You can run that all day, 24 hours a day. As long as that generator's running, it'll put out 3,000 watts or 3 kW. So this generator is for sale. New, this generator costs new $6,650 plus installation. But they sell it at Leeds, Florida. You can check it. A 3 kW generators. It's designed for Sprinter vans. I'm sure you could probably put it on other vans, but it's $6,650. This generator, the box itself is about, I'm not sure, maybe 4 years old, roughly, maybe a little more than that. But the engine and the generator the 2 most expensive pieces in there, are practically new. Hardly got any hours on it at all. I keep track of my oil changes. This is since I had the new engine and new generator put in. Now, and I've done this since the beginning when I had the old engine in there too. But this is a new one, 6/2/17, right around there when I had replaced it. When new engine replacement. Yeah, that is the actual hours and everything when it put in the day they installed it. They recorded it themselves. And then I checked the oil 32 hours later, 32.9 hours later, and I checked for oil loss and checked oil and air filter only. I checked it only. Then here I changed the oil and I had 55.6 hours on it. Changed oil 10W30 and lost oil none. Run time 55.6 hours. Oil filter, I wrote down notes and everything on that, and this is the next oil change, 67.8 hours. You're supposed to change it every 100 hours is what they require. Here I went 102.9, 108.6, 83.6, and lost no oil again, 21 hours. Looks like I changed oil. I'm not sure why I changed it. I probably changed it and then I checked my book. But 105.6 hours, 5.1 hours. And I keep track of this. The last time I did anything with the oil, and this, like I said, I'm out of expediting now, so I don't use that hardly at all. This is it is, okay, here's the last time. 121.1 hours run time. Lost no oil again. Found nothing on oil filter or block of engine. I would take a, because I lost my engine before, I would take a telescope magnet, put it in there, and I would retrieve any kind of metal that might have came off, and that's how thorough I checked this stuff. Because if I was going to find something wrong, I wanted to catch this quick, so I can get a warranty. I documented everything. So that was the last time, 4/1/19, and today the date is, gosh, I don't know what it's Monday, March the 23rd, 2020. So I didn't hardly run it any time then. Let's see what the hours is right now. Oh, my hours aren't working anymore. Huh. Well, sorry about that, folks. I change it quite often. Like when I should be. So that engine and that generator in, I'm not worried about them at all. No warranty on them, not giving you, and I don't think they would warranty it. I'm going to shut it off now, right here. Push it in, let go, kills it. Now that generator, I'm just like I am with the air conditioner in this bed system here that I'm selling to. But this generator is, like I said, it's got a engine that don't have very many hours on it. And it's, I gave you the date on it, forgot what it was. And the engine, and the generator in, the two most expensive parts. I think that engine itself was $2,650. And I know it went up right after that, because the generator people that was that installed it and the generator in, they said that they had to argue for that price because that's what it was advertised as, and they were trying to raise the price on it, but we got it at $2,650 for that. Now I don't remember what the generator end was, but it was quite expensive too. So the major components of that generator is in good shape. Now I'm selling that generator. I don't know yet, but we're going to leave a phone number, and I don't know yet on the air conditioner yet and the bed system, but we'll leave a phone number where we advertise it so we could talk about it. But it will be coming out of the van. Everything will eventually, probably in somewhat near future. So, because I need the van for other things instead of expediting now. So if you wanted to see it running, then we will have to, and it's not installed, then that's the way it is. So thank you. This is Bob Updike. We will leave your phone number so you can get back with me. Bye bye.